My video on why you can't keep an NFL football that goes into the stands produced a lot of comments about Roger Goodell. And that got me thinking, just how could the NFL fire the Ginger Hammer himself? Well, we're about to find out. Before I get into this, I want to thank SeatGeek for sponsoring this video. SeatGeek is an amazing app that aggregates ticket prices from all over the web, gives them a color-coded rating from 1 to 100 to see if you're getting a good deal, lets you sneak peek the view from the seats, and on top of all of that, it's done safely and securely right on your phone. I mean, all you gotta do is buy your tickets and walk in. I mean, what dinosaur goes to will call or Prince tickets? Just use the SeatGeek app, which you can download from the link below, and on the Me tab, enter in the code FPG and get $20 back on your first order. Now, before I get into the legal aspects of removing Roger Goodell, let's take a look at all the incidents that have occurred under his dictatorship since it began in 2006. The personal conduct policy, Josh Brown, Ray Rice, Adrian Peterson, Greg Hardy, Aaron Hernandez, players dying, players kneeling, players punching other people, Deflategate, Spygate, Bountygate, Swinging Gate, multiple lockouts, refs going on strike, the Fail Mary, end zone Sharpies, driveway push-ups, Michael Vick, punishing Terrell Pryor for things he did in college, the complete, systematically planned, and manipulative ignorance of CTE and its side effects, and of course,
Marcus Mariota.
What's amazing about Goodell is, before he came into the league, the commissioner's office was largely a reclusive position. Outside of a labor dispute and the total ignorance of steroid use, not many controversies marred the commissioner's office, as Pete Rozelle and Paul Tagliabue were very under the radar in their tenures. Enter Goodell, and almost immediately he thrust himself into being the most visible commissioner ever. And despite all of his mismanagement of many issues, Goodell has produced one number that keeps him employed: $44 billion. That's how big of an enterprise the NFL has become under his tenure, and that's why he comes to work every morning and gets to turn the lights on. And clearly, that's the only number the owners care about. And so, in firing Roger Goodell, there isn't much the fans like you or me can do. In fact, there is nothing we can do. No public outcry, no Change.org survey, no federal antitrust law or outside entity can remove him from his office. As long as Goodell does not commit an egregious crime like, say, murder or producing a film starring Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck in it, he cannot be fired instantaneously. The only legal way he can be fired is if the owners vote him out in a 2/3 majority, which, if you do the math, they need 22 votes to remove him from office. That's the same ratio as it would take to remove another owner from the league. And really, it's actually as simple as that. However, let's face it, Goodell would have to piss off a bunch of owners for this to happen. And honestly, every time he screws over one owner in one way, another owner absolutely loves it. Basic math tells you he can piss off 16 owners in a way against them, and he could please the other 16, and he won't get voted out. Let's not forget another important thing. This dude has a $150 million buyout clause, so they'd have to pay him the entire GDP of Guam to get rid of him. That makes Bobby Bonilla Day look like pocket change. The only realistic scenario is if he pissed off a few very powerful owners really deeply, or made some disastrous decision that put the entire league's business at risk, and Goodell would have to cave to pressure to resign, particularly because of his buyout. If he really screwed up, the owners might threaten Goodell with a vote and then negotiate his buyout upon his resignation. Goodell would probably not want the public humiliation of being voted out, and the NFL don't want to pay $150 million to a guy who under this scenario probably really messed up their wallets. And like I said before, that's the only way Goodell is gone. I wonder if the owners get together in a big room every year, and at the end of the meeting they say, "Alrighty boys, let's vote on Roger again." And Roger gets all sweaty and they all start raising their hands in order until it gets to Jerry Jones, the 22nd vote, and then he just laughs and says, "Chill out, Roger, we're just messing with you." And then he lights a cigar and belts out, "Bring in the Jack Daniels and the strippers, boys."
Are you ready for some football?
I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, comment, or subscribe, and don't forget to download the SeatGeek app and use the code FPG and get $20 back on your first order. I'm 5 Points Vids, and you made it to the end of this video.